from William Stickevers, Strategic Astrological Advisor.
The Blood Moon Eclipse is September 7th, 2025, Navigating High Stakes and Grand Opportunity by William Stickevers. On September 7th, 2025, a total lunar eclipse, the year's longest, casts the moon in copper red for about 82 minutes. It's most visible across Europe, Africa, Asia, and Australia. The Americas sit this one out. This is not just sky theater. It's a mutable, public-facing reckoning, high tension paired with real pathways to progress if we meet it with clarity and conscience. Crossroads of facts and faith, the Virgo-Pisces axis. The sun at 15 degrees Virgo will oppose the moon at 15 degrees Pisces, closely aligned with the stationary nodes and forming two mutable T-squares to the Sagittarius ascendant. This means the facts and precise processes of Virgo and the boundless vision or faith of Pisces collide where life is most visible: messaging, media, law, ideology, and international affairs. With the ascendant involved, this isn't an abstract debate. It's a personal lived confrontation with what we believe to be true. Expect fast narrative flips. As the official story, Virgo meets a tidal wave of information and sentiment, Pisces, often revealing hidden truths. In other words, it's a collective truth moment. Compassion endures, but spin and wishful thinking will not. Jupiter's support rails. The sun forms a sextile with Jupiter, while the moon trines Jupiter, weaving both aspects into the eclipse axis. Jupiter in Cancer lends mitigation, goodwill, and resources, particularly through diplomatic channels and grassroots humanitarian efforts. While the pressure is real, the chart builds in a safety net. Solutions that appeal to our shared humanity and are based on proven compassionate action will find surprising support and amplification. This is a moment where a principled stand, backed by evidence, can cut through noise and create a viable path forward. Essentially, if you act in good faith and back it with proof, doors open. From ideas to rollouts, Grand Air Trine with a kite, Uranus in Gemini trines, Pluto in Aquarius, and the midheaven in Libra forming a grand air trine. Neptune in Aries opposes the Libra midheaven and sextiles Uranus and Pluto, creating a kite formation that points straight into public view. Air trines accelerate concepts and information, creating a dynamic feedback loop. The kite formation is the engine and the rudder. It takes these revolutionary ideas and aims them directly at our public sphere. Expect concrete drafts and frameworks, not just talk, around AI governance, digital infrastructure, market plumbing, and data ethics. Look for official government and multinational body announcements on new legislation for cryptocurrencies and global digital identity programs. Basically, watch for policy rollouts where tech meets law and everyday life, dissolving and rebuilding at the roots. Saturn retrograde at the anaretic degree 29 Pisces marks the final accountability pass, while Neptune's early degree in Aries initiates a new baseline. This eclipse highlights critical pressure points in water and climate systems, public health, housing, and infrastructure at borders. Saturn at the final degree of Pisces demands closure and accountability for long-standing systems, while Neptune's first step into Aries signals new beginnings born out of dissolution. Temporary patches and stopgap measures are unlikely to hold. Instead, they will collapse dramatically, forcing comprehensive redesign. What is called for now is structural integrity, not mere maintenance, but full-scale rebuilding. In other words, if the foundation can't carry weight, rebuild it or brace for repeat crises. Watch list, likely macro manifestations: the Great Unveiling, Virgo Pisces plus Pluto. Credible leaks, data forensics, or whistleblower disclosures could expose manipulation in public health, climate, or security. Expect market volatility and diplomatic escalation as narratives realign. AI and data policy breakthrough, Airkite. Anticipate a coalition-led draft for AI and data governance. This framework will emphasize provenance, safety, and fiduciary responsibility in finance and government. The result will be a visible divide between organizations that adapt quickly and thrive and those that resist and face sanctions or falling valuations. Critical infrastructure reckoning, Saturn 29 degrees Pisces. A last straw failure, whether a dam breach, grid collapse, or public health breakdown, will trigger emergency funding and force system redesign. This kind of crisis will accelerate timelines, attract civic scrutiny, and unleash new waves of capital investment as governments are compelled to act decisively. Treaty/trade crunch time, Jupiter square Mars. A pivotal agreement or rupture will reshape commodities and logistics. This could manifest as a ceasefire, sanctions, or new trade terms. Consequences include immediate price shocks, followed by longer-term stabilization or fresh geopolitical rifts. Personal applications for everyone. Seal the leaks. Where are you overextending, financially, emotionally, or energetically? Close those gaps and reclaim your resources. Audit for reality. Beyond intuition, adopt Virgo's measurable practices, finalize budgets, commit to routines, and create sustainable systems of care. Build infrastructure of care. Focus on 2 practical, achievable changes you can maintain for 30 days. Momentum builds from small wins. The eclipse is most strongly activated at 15 degrees of the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, as well as at 1 to 2 degrees of the cardinal and air signs, Aries, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. When transits move across these degrees in the coming months, they will reignite the eclipse story and bring its lessons back into focus within your personal chart. What happens next? 2 weeks later, on September 21st, 2025, the partial solar eclipse in Virgo translates this lunar revelation into practical commitments and fresh starts. Think of it as a clean slate built on the truths revealed during the lunar eclipse. Final thought, the power of a pause. This eclipse tests our ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When news breaks, when a crisis emerges, or when emotions run high, this moment offers a reminder to pause, step back, verify the data, Virgo, and breathe into perspective, Pisces. The deeper power of this celestial event lies in its invitation to build a more intentional, resilient, and compassionate foundation for both individual lives and our shared future.
For nearly 4 decades, William Stickevers has empowered business leaders, independent thinkers, and visionaries to navigate global shifts and critical turning points with clarity and confidence. His unique blend of advanced astrological techniques, macroeconomic insights, and strategic forecasting equips clients to stay ahead of the curve and thrive in uncertain times. Discover how William's in-depth forecasts, programs, and astrological consultations can help you make more confident, well-timed decisions and recognize opportunities others overlook. Visit williamstickevers.com for your strategic advantage in business, finances, and life.